everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I am Giancarlo Yatos Flores.
And I am Michelle Cesar Mendoza. We're happy to have you with us again as we continue our journey throughout Stephen Krashen's principles and practice in second language acquisition.
In our previous episode, we explored the ideas presented in chapter 1. Today, we are turning the page and the moving of the chapter 2. One of the most important chapter is the book.
Okay, that's right. In this chapter, Krashen introduces several theories that help explain how people acquire a second language and why some learning experiences are more successful than others.
Throughout this episode, we'll explore these ideas, share some examples, and discover why they continue to influence language teaching today.
So whether you're a teacher, students, or simply interested in language learning, we invite you to join us as we explore the rising ideas prepared at chapter 2.
Get comfortable, stay with us, and let's dive into the world of second language acquisitions. The acquisition learning hypothesis. Let's begin with the first hypothesis, the acquisition learning.
Okay, according to Krashen, there are two ways of developing a second language: acquisition and learning.
Acquisition is a natural and unconscious process. It's similar to the way children learn their first language.
Okay, for example, a child learns to speak by listening to family members and interacting with people every day.
Okay, learning on the other hand is a conscious process. It involves the students' grammar rules and vocabulary.
Oh, for example, when students memorize verb tense or complete grammar exercise, they are learning the language.
Krashen believes that acquisition plays the most important role because it helps people communicate naturally.
That's interesting because many students think that memorizing grammar is the only way to learn a language.
Exactly. According to Krashen, communications and meaningful interactions are essential. The natural order hypothesis.
Okay, now that we've discussed acquisition and learning, let's move on to another important idea.
The second hypothesis is called the natural order hypothesis.
Krashen explains that language structures are acquired in a predictable order.
In other words, learners do not acquire all grammar rules at the same time.
Some structures appear earlier, while others are acquired later.
For example, learners may understand simple sentences before using more complex forms.
Okay, this means that teachers cannot force students to learn everything immediately.
Learning takes time, and every learning follows a natural process.
Okay, that's why practicing is important in language education. The monitor hypothesis.
So far, we talked about acquisitions and the natural order.
But Krashen also explains how grammar knowledge can help us when we communicate.
This brings us to the monitor hypothesis.
According to Krashen, learning knowledge acts like an editor.
It helps use check and correct mistakes.
For example, before writing an email, we may stop and think about grammar rules.
However, using the monitor effectively requires three conditions.
Okay, first, we need enough time.
Second, we need to focus on correct.
And third, we need to know the rule.
If one of these conditions is missing, using the monitor becomes difficult.
Gresham also says that too much attention to grammar can affect fluency. The input hypothesis.
Up to this point, we've seen how acquisitions works and how grammar can help.
But first, the most famous idea in chapter 2 is the input hypothesis.
According to Gratian, people acquire language when they understand message they are slid above their current level.
Okay, he calls this concept I plus 1.
This means that learning progress when they receive understandable input that contains something new.
For example, students can improve their English by listening to stories, watching movies, reading books, or having conversations.
For example, in pictures, histories, and previous knowledge. Knowledge also helps learners understand the message.
Gresham argues that communications and understanding are more important than memorizing grammar rules.
Another important idea is that speaking develops naturally.
In other words, fluency cannot be forced.
Instead, speaking ability happens and gradually as learners receive more understandable input. The silent period.
Chapter 2 also describes the silent period.
During this stage, learners might not speak very much.
However, they are still learning because they are listening and understanding.
For example, a child who moves to another country may remain kid for several months.
But after receiving a note input, the child gradually begins to speak.
This shows that speaking should not be forced. The influence of the first language.
Another interesting point in this chapter is the fluency of the first language.
Sometimes learners use rules from their native language when they speak a second language.
This can help communication, especially in the early stages.
For example, some learners may translate expressions directly from the first language.
However, this can also produce mistakes because the two languages are not always the same.
According to Gratian, these errors are part of the learning process. The effective filter hypothesis.
Another important hypothesis is the effective filter hypothesis.
This theory focuses on emotions.
Okay, motivation, confidence, and actually can influence language acquisition.
When learners feel relaxing and confident, learning becomes easier.
For example, students usually participate more when they feel comfortable in the classroom.
On the other hand, stress and fears can make learning more difficult.
That's why teachers should create positive and supportive environments.
After exploring these hypotheses, we can see that language learning is much more than memorizing grammar rules.
Communication, understanding emotions, and meaningful interaction all play important roles in the process.
Clashing ideas remain used. The language acquisition is a natural and learners need time and confidence and opportunities to understand and use the language.
These theories have influenced teachers and research around the world and continue to be relevant today.
To sum up, Chapter 2 presents some of the most influential ideas in second language acquisition.
We discussed the acquisition learning hypothesis, the natural order hypothesis, the monitor hypothesis, the input hypothesis, the silent period, and the influence of the first language, and the effective filter hypothesis.
Together, these theories help us better understand how people acquire a second language.
And they remind us that learning a language is a process that requires time, practice, and meaningful communication.
Okay, teacher, thank you for you joining this episode.
We hope you enjoyed this discussion and learned something new.
We'll see you in our next episode as we continue exploring the Stephen Krashen fascinating work.
Thank you for listening and see you next time.